nothing like the Mississippi on a Saturday night. Real South hunting, how we were raised. Real South hunting, giving God the praise. Real South hunting, wouldn't we do best?
All right, so we're back here in Kansas at Misty Morning Outfitters, and you know, it's another one of our favorite places to turkey hunt, of course, hunting the Rios. It's probably the best state to come hunt Rios. Hunting with Matt this year, and first day we get out there and get on turkeys, and they're gobbling, and we're actually all together, Brooke, Stubbs, myself, and Matt. So we're all, you know, get out there first morning, sitting there, turkeys gobbling, and we actually worked this one bird for a long time. We move, he moves, we ease around to a little food plot set up, and he just will not come out in the food plot. Comes up, you know, 20, 30 yards from the food plot, and you can see him in a cedar thicket there, and he'd turn around, walk off, come back, turn around, walk off, come back. Cat and mouse games went on for, I don't know, it seemed like forever. It's getting probably close to lunchtime now, and Matt and I just kind of tear out going after this bird, and finally we work around, get in front of him, and he's coming through the bottom. Matt's a good 50, 60 yards behind me calling. I'm set up down, tucked in some brush closer to the bottom, and all right, here we are, first morning in Kansas. A couple hours after daylight, we got the first bird on the ground, and this bird would come up and kind of get close to us, never would. We'd move, and he'd move, and then we finally went around in the woods and got set up on a food plot down there, and man, he just would not come in that plot. He was sitting there gobbling 10, 12 yards out of the food plot. Matt could see him, Stubbs could see him strutting back and forth, gobbling. And me and Brooke both had the guns, and we couldn't see him. So he finally eased off. We made our way around, and we kind of bumped him. Then some cows come in on us when kind of bumped him again. He went back to gobbling. I bet you he gobbled 200-300 times, seemed like. He gobbled all morning, but we got set up, and Matt, he called him in, and it was just an unbelievable hunt today. First bird is down here in Kansas, and I have to say, while we were walking through the woods here, trying to find this bird and get on him, we run across the golden nuggets, I guess you could say, the Morel mushrooms. And so immediately after killing this turkey, that was our next plan. So we went and gathered up as many mushrooms as we could and took them back. We knew what was for supper and got them fried up that night.
Big A had just killed a fine turkey. I mean, I was all excited about the turkey. I mean, it was an awesome hunt. Caught him up 3 or 4 times. He'll tell you all about that. But Brooke, Anthony, Matt, somebody saw this little mushroom pop up, and it was done.
It was over.
Oh,
Down.
oh, it ain't no doubt. We ain't even talking about a turkey.
Everybody's finding something to put mushrooms in.
Yeah.
Pinch it like halfway between the bell at the bottom of it and the ground. Pinch it off.
He just fell off.
Still. You just gotta be careful with them though. Real careful. They'll crumble.
They ain't crumbling. Don't crumble in that frying pan.
Just ease them down in that bag. Real careful. Real careful.
I'm being careful. All right, I'm on the hunt. I have nothing.
Now you done found.
Doug. Oh, I got one right here.
What?
Stop, man.
That's that fine eating right there. Let me get this other one over here. Hold on.
Oh, I found another one. I'm on. I'm on.
That's some good ones right there.
What's that?
Gotta be somebody there.
One, dude.
There's big ones right here. All out right here. Big ones.
Man, I don't even know how good they are. I'm learning.
All right, that's the one we got.
Well, a little later that night, I found out exactly why. We got back to the camp, and I don't know how I got elected to be the cook. I ain't much of a cook, but somehow or another, I got elected to be the cook.
Cayenne pepper. Oh yeah, you gotta have some tone. Delicate work here.
Mix it up, son.
Oh yeah, whipping it good.
Whip it up.
Good.
I kind of like to do chitlin.
Crispy, you don't want to get bland. No, they do a little bit bland.
Really? Cooking them out. And we fried up them mushrooms, and let me tell you, that's a mighty fine eating.
You saw what the fuss was all about.
I saw what the fuss was about, and probably from now on, if I'm in Kansas, Nebraska, up through there, wherever Morel's is, if it happens to come a shower of rain and the sun pops out,
You're staring at the ground.
I imagine I'll be looking where I'm going, for sure.
We're done with the Morels. We got them all cooked up. This is the next day, and we've been looking for turkeys and just haven't come across anything. And finally, we go to roost some, and I don't know how many turkeys were in those trees, but it was full. And we go back there the next morning and get set up, and man, turkeys just started coming out the trees everywhere. And
That was when we pulled up in that field?
yeah,
When Matt was out in the field?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't get out in the field in front of us, but Matt did. He got out and turkeys were surrounding him. Yeah. What did we finally kill there? I don't even remember. Did you kill one?
Yeah, I did. That was my first turkey that I killed on the trip, and man, there was turkeys coming from everywhere. We had a group of jakes come in. I'm out there and I'm like, "Hmm?" He's like, yeah. So I took off out there and get behind the reaper, and we start making a move on the longbeard. And I got in behind him, and we start making our move. And if you've never reaped a turkey with a turkey reaper, that's something you need to try. It's pretty exciting.
It's intense, to say the least.
Well, Matt, we had a pretty wild morning this morning here,
To say the least.
out in this wheat field. We roosted them yesterday evening, came in here and knew where they were. And we got in here early, got set up, and a fallen down tree. Me, Anthony, Stubbs, and Matt all set up in the tree. And they gobbled a couple times on the limb and flew down. And they kind of worked on off from us. So Matt got the reaper out, and he was going to come check out the situation and see where they were. And Matt, you motioned for me to come on out there and get behind you, and we was going to try to get out there and reap one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you try to make something happen. We got lucky. He didn't. He just came over the top of this little hill here and kind of standing here. I don't know if he really knew what happened, so we had to move about 20 yards crawling, and he was close enough, obviously. So
Yeah. He said, "Don't hesitate." So I got my gun around the reaper here and put it on his head, pulled the trigger, and down he went.
All right, me and Matt's riding around. I'm still toting my bow. I mean, I'm definitely gonna kill me a Rio with a bow. We spot some turkeys in this lady's yard. Now, it's kind of in a subdivision there, so. Anyhow, Matt calls the lady, and he explains to her there's some turkeys in her yard, and you know, they're really rough on flower beds sometimes. So she said, y'all boys just go ahead and have a good time.
So I could get like the second or third cedar and crawl through there and get ready. And then when you're ready, I'll just go out to the end and be out on the end. So you need me somewhere right in here. Just watch out, because that way they don't see you. I know you got to crawl under. Or stand right here at the end, and I'm gonna crawl out there and you shoot him when he comes up. Crawl right that way? No, I'll just crawl right out there. But you're gonna have to get as close around the end as you can without them seeing you.
Turkey was off to the left beyond the cedar trees. He said, I'll slip out with this reaper. When the turkeys come around the cedar tree, just nail you one. There was 2 or 3 of the gobblers there, you know. So I get ready, and he's sitting behind the reaper. He calls a couple times. He looks at me, says they're coming. He's sitting 10, 12 foot from me. Well, about that time he looks at me, I can tell what he's saying. He's saying draw, so I draw my bow.
Draw.
And about that time, here comes the turkey running about 5 or 6 foot from me, running right by me, headed that reaper. But when he went to leave, he swung a little wider. So I come around, and I missed, but I did get a shot off. But turkey number 1, missed. I wasn't behind the reaper, but the reaper's what brought him in. So turkey number 1 in Kansas with my bow, flat out miss. On to the next one. Riding down the road, we see some gobblers out in a cornfield. So we go way around, park a quarter mile there, and Matt said, we're gonna take the reaper, I'll take the camera. Anthony, you and Brooke stay at the truck and film us, because we're way off. We're fixing to go to them turkeys and we're gonna get one. Well, I'm all ready. So here me and Matt go, we got, I don't know, not far from a quarter of a mile now, pretty good piece. We take off, Matt's toting the reaper with the camera in one little square, and I'm right behind him with a bow. So we come around, come down the holler, come up on a hill, and we come up to a fence. We're sitting about 10 yards
They're coming.
outside the fence. So he peeps up over the reaper and he said, okay, get ready, here they come. He called a couple of times.
He's gonna come right up to the field. Do whatever you gotta do. Here they come, draw.
So I'm sitting directly behind him. He got the reaper in front. He tells me to draw. I draw my bow. He said, when I say now, you just step out the side. I was on my knees. He said, just step out the side. They're gonna be one right in front of us. He said, they're coming right toward this post. So I got drawed. I got behind him. He said, pick him. I stepped out, leaned out around him. Poof. First Rio with a bow. Nailed him. There was a lot going on there. I was shooting through a fence, so I could have hit the barbed wire fence. They were corn stubble, they were weeds. Somehow or another, my arrow found its mark. So #1 Rio in the books with the Matthews bow. What a heck of a hunt.
Did we call him up?
I think we got him.
I think so.
That was pretty exciting. That's the first one I've ever done with a bow. It was interesting. They were probably 150 yards from us when they saw it. They got to about 5 real quick.
They did. Fast in a hurry. I shooting through a bunch of stubble. I was going head shoot him. I said, Matt, what do you think? He said, I don't care, just shoot up in the monkey. Let's get something happening here.
Yeah.
So I just picked me one out. The arrow found its way to him somehow anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got
hit him solid.
So we spot this, well, it was actually more than one turkey. It was a group of gobblers out in this field, and all 3 of us had tags left to fill, and we all go after them. So Matt's got the reaper again, and we're all taking off out across this pasture ground, headed over to where we spotted the birds, and they're out in this corn stubble. And we get up towards the fence, and we're all hunkered down there, and Matt's looking at the reaper, and he's like, I only see one of them. And so we've all 3 got our guns, and this turkey's obviously getting close enough to take a shot, and we hear,
Somebody ease up and kill that turkey.
somebody stand up and shoot that bird.
Stand up and kill that
So
turkey.
at the same time, all of us jump up, and
Turkey.
Anthony's gun clicked, and me and Stubbs both fired at the turkey.
I probably killed it, but
I
anyway.
don't think so. I don't think the turkey fell until I shot. So I'm pretty sure it was my bird.
I don't think so, but you know, I'm that kind of guy.
Here we are, tornado's about to hit. We're in Kansas. We don't like the bird a piece to tag out. We've seen 3 long beards, done the chase, done the reaper. Done the reaper. Come over here. Man said stand up and kill him. Didn't see the other 2. Anyhow, 1 bird. Man broke both shots, big 8 snap. So somebody killed a bird. Mayor broke one, killed him, or a group effort killed a bird. What do you think, brother?
I think so. I mean, that was just unbelievable way to finish out our Kansas hunt here. We got tornadoes coming all around us here, and we had to get it done in a hurry. Got the reaper out, crawled up here to the fence. That told us to get up and shoot that bird. So we all jumped up and fired that.
And went out there and found got probably 6 or 7 inch beard, probably a 10 inch beard. Good thick beard, good spurs. Fine turkey, for sure. Ain't no doubt about it. Now,
Well, you know, somebody's got to claim this bird.
Somebody got to claim the
Somebody's
bird.
got to put a tag on this bird.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
I volunteered to do it. It was a double-bearded turkey, so I kindly volunteered to take the blame for this one and put my tag on it. But, man, just an awesome time up here in Kansas. Well, from all of us at Real South Hunting, we want to thank y'all for tuning in each and every week.
I'd like to take this opportunity to tell everybody we appreciate them watching the show. If it wasn't for our fans, we wouldn't be growing like we're going and having all the fun we're having and getting to do all the hunting that we're doing. So, thank y'all for watching. We hope y'all have enjoyed it, Until next year, the 2018 season is ended, and we'll see y'all 2019. Thanks a lot.
Drop lines in the river and check them by moonlight. Nothing like the Mississippi on a Saturday night.
A lot of bacon and a lot of
Okay, so how many is a lot? Pancakes.
About a pound. You done got there, Anthony.
man. Those pancakes and that bacon and egg and taters, fine.